Hey guys, today I want to demonstrate a technique that you can have a nice smooth effect with lots of volume, a nice cupping under effect. And how we're going to achieve that is we're going to use a flat iron and a round brush. I like to use the round brushes that have the metal because they heat up from the hair being hot and it sets it a little tighter. I also like the ones with the little pointer because you can actually section your section really well. This is an easy technique that you can teach your clients so they can actually do their own hairstyling similar to what you do in the salons, and they can get the same results at home. I also like to section my hair off so that I can work with different sections. It's not so overwhelming for me, and that's really a good technique to teach your clients because a lot of times when they have a ton of hair they get overwhelmed, and so that way they can keep under control a little bit better. This technique really works good for getting some volume at the scalp, and the way you want to try to achieve that is you would like to, I'm going to turn her just a little bit here, take the flat iron and really get it up there at the scalp with some heat, and then you lift up, cool that just a second, and then run that flat iron down the hair shaft, and then bump it under and cool it. But you can see you can really get some nice lift in there if you wanted that at the scalp. And we'll do the same thing right here in this section. Get some heat there at the scalp, lift up, cool a second, run it down, and cool it underneath. Taking another section right here. And putting that heat in at the scalp there. Lift up, cool. And down the hair shaft with the flat iron and gently cool it underneath. You can really see how that sets that really nicely. Again, same scenario. Heat, lift up, and running it down. A lot of times for our clients at home, it's sometimes kind of hard to help you hold that heavy blow dryer and then the round brush too. The way I teach my clients, because we have two hands and they don't, what I always tell them is what you can do is heat it up, hold it there a second, and then heat it up again at the bottom. And if you need to set your flat iron down a second, you can, and then just cool it on. And then they can grab their flat iron again to do the same scenario. Lift up. One more right here at the top, just for that really nice lift. And I'm not going to do the whole back area because it's just a repeat, but I wanted to show you how you can really get some nice lift in this scalp area where a lot of ladies like some lift in there. So you take that section, really heat it up right there, and then just cool it on the brush, and then pull it back and cup it under. And you can see you can really get some nice lift in there. So we're going to work in the front just a little bit here. Take this section right here and just bump it under. I don't really do a lot of lift there at the scalp for the bang area. I don't want them like sticking out. On the ones that are lower up against her face. But then once I get to this top fringe area, I do like to get some lift in there. So I'll put a little bit more of the heat right there at the scalp. And then cool it off. Right there. And that little machine locked on me there. There we go. Sorry about that. That's the real world of hair, isn't it? And drop that out. Now I like to tie all this together, so we're going to take this section here and just tie it in with that shorter fringe area. Get that lift up there and bring it under. And then what I like to do is at the very bottom, I like to take the whole section and really cup it under just to tie everything together. in those areas. You can see this is a really nice, easy technique for the client and yourself to really bump that under. Now we'll work on this other side here. Turn her a little bit so we can see. Come in and take this bottom section. Maybe this way a little bit more, y'all can see better. Get some heat up underneath there. Lift up. And bring it down to the bottom. And cut that under. And this back section right here. And we'll finalize this top here. We want to get some nice lift up in here, so we'll lift that up. Scalp, lift, cool, and bring it down. And cut it under. And our last section right here. And bring it down. Sorry about that, lady. And then we'll come in and see about using our regular brush to brush it out and see what we think. Let me turn her around so y'all can see her. We'll brush her back a little bit. You can really see that fullness in the hair from that brown brush. And if you want to use your styling hairspray just to give it a little bit more lift. At that scalp, you can see that volume that's already built into it. And a little bit back in this side. I like to open up her face a little bit. I like a nice working spray so you can actually work with it. And then if you want to finalize it with a little firmer, you definitely can. I prefer a working spray myself all the way through. I think it's just nicer. You can brush through it, work with it, and then come back in. And a lifter comb's always nice too. Lift out. And that finalizes it, but you can really see that nice lift in there that you can really get for your clients that like that fullness. And it's still a smooth look, and it's cupping under for her. So I hope you enjoyed that, and give it a try and teach your clients the same technique.